and welcome to Singalongalloydy. Oh, someone's rubbed it off during lockdown, so remember we are sing along. Oh, I feel like a real life teacher. Alloydy. That's me, and we are currently on 622 subscribers. Don't any of you unsubscribe, because people keep doing that, and that's just rude. To subscribe and then unsubscribe. I'm not on board with that, so stop it. Stop it. So today's song is about exchange surfaces. I'm just going to go straight in and sing it for those people who are in my classes and know the biology behind it already, but then after the song I will explain it and then maybe sing it again if I can cope, but if not you can just rewind and watch the song again. So off we go. Let's get particles on their way, back and forth across surfaces every day. They have adaptations to do their job. There's only 4 to learn, so students please don't sob. They're exchanging particles, glucose, O2, need to get where they need to go. They're exchanging moist membranes, help them dissolve into the blood to go with the flow. Their exchanging surface area is so huge that there's lots of space to get in. Their exchanging surfaces are 1 cell thick, which is very, very thin. Woo! Cut. Perfect. Okay, so the singing wasn't perfect, but the stopping of the sound was perfect. So this song is all about exchange surfaces. These are places like the lungs, or the small intestine, or fish's gills, where things need to move from one place to another. So for example, in the alveoli in the lungs, the oxygen needs to get from the air into the blood. So it's an exchange surface. Things need to move from one place to another. And in living things, those exchange surfaces, those places in the body where exchange has to happen, have 4 main adaptations. And you need to know all 4 of those for your GCSE. So the song goes, how's it go? Back and forth across surfaces every day, adaptation, they're exchanging, right, particles, glucose, O2 need to get where they need to go. So that tells you that an example of the things that need to go from one place to another are glucose and oxygen. So oxygen in the lungs and also then glucose in the intestines. Then it says moist membranes help them dissolve into the blood to go with the flow. So the membranes of the exchange surfaces, for example, the membranes of the alveoli in the lungs or fish's gills, are moist so that the particles dissolve and then pass more easily by diffusion or active transport across those surfaces. Moist membranes help them dissolve into the blood to go with the flow. Their exchanging surface area is so huge, so there's a huge surface area. So the gills, I was telling my class today actually, the gills are have loads of finger-like projections on them, and there's layers of them, loads of them. Makes an enormous surface area, a huge space for the gases, or in the case of gills, oxygen to get into the blood, a huge surface area. Surface area is so huge that there's lots of space to get in. They're exchanging surfaces are 1 cell thick, which is very, very thin. So the surfaces of those exchange surfaces are just made of 1 cell thickness. If you're going to get something from one place to another, you don't want to put a great big thick wall in between it. You need a really thin surface, and the smallest biological surface would be 1 cell thick, and that's how thick the surface of the alveoli are, and the surface of the villi in the lungs, oh my word, villi in the intestines, my apologies, and also in the fish's gills. And I've missed one out in where it says moist membranes help them dissolve into the blood to go with the flow. The last one is there's a good blood supply. The blood will carry the particles away from the place that they've been exchanged and maintain the concentration gradient. For diffusion to happen, particles have to go from high concentration to low concentration. If that blood carries those particles away, that keeps that high to low concentration there because it's carrying away the particles that have moved into, for example, the blood. That's carried away and that maintains the concentration gradient. So the 4 things are, number 1, large surface area, huge surface for the particles to get in. Number 2, the surfaces are moist to dissolve the particles so they go through the surface more easily. Number 3, they are 1 cell thick, the surfaces are very, very thin, only 1 cell thick. And finally, they all have a good blood supply so that the blood can carry the substances away and maintain that concentration gradient. Let's try and sing it one more time. Helper, I have a new helper, doing very, very well at the minute, but you know, don't hold your breath, I can always replace them. So we'll try one more time. Let's get particles on their way, back and forth across surfaces every day. They have adaptations to do their job. There's only 4 to learn, students please don't sob. They're exchanging particles, glucose, O2, need to get where they need to go. They're exchanging moist membranes, help them dissolve into the blood to go with the flow. They're exchanging surface area is so huge that there's lots of space to get in. They're exchanging surfaces of 1 cell thick, which is very, very thin. Woo! I hope that helps. It's been a long time since I've done a video, so I was a bit, bit confused in the middle there, but hopefully it all makes sense. Hopefully you enjoy singing along. See you later. Bye!